Good day and welcome to our daily news roundup on Atlantic TV. I'm Michael Gobadia. Here are our top stories. Nigeria joins global agreement to combat AI-driven privacy violations. Court summons INEC chair over alleged contempt charge. And Apapa Customs strengthened collaboration with Navy. And Mujtaba Kameni tipped as possible successor. And on sports, Texas Tech coach backs additional to break NCAA record. Now to the news in full. Nigeria has joined about 60 other countries in endorsing a global agreement aimed at protecting citizens' privacy from the misuse of artificial intelligence tools that generate realistic images and videos. The Nigerian Data Protection Commission signed a joint statement on AI-generated imagery and the protection of privacy, coordinated by the International Enforcement Cooperation Working Group of the Global Privacy Assembly. The agreement seeks to address growing concerns over AI tools being used to create non-consensual images, defamatory materials, and other harmful content, and particularly targeting children and vulnerable groups. National Commissioner and CEO of the Commission, Vincent Olatunji, says the endorsement reflects Nigerians' commitment to responsible AI use and stronger data protection enforcement. He ordered that compliance audits of major data controllers will be used to monitor responsible AI practice in the country. The move also aligns with Nigerian national AI strategy championed by the Minister of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, Tijani. Officials say the step up positions Nigerians among nations taking proactive measures to curb AI abuse and safeguard citizens' privacy in the digital age. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency says it arrested a 58-year-old suspected drug kingpin, Uzoma Valentine, who had been on the agency's and British authorities' wanted list for more than 15 years. Officials said the suspect was apprehended in Lagos during a coordinated operation by the agency's Special Operation Unit. Now, according to the spokesman, Femi Babafemi, he said that the suspect had a long history of drug-related offenses in both Nigeria and the United Kingdom. He was first convicted in UK in 2003 for drug trafficking and later arrested again in 2011 before allegedly jumping bail and fleeing to Nigeria. In 2018, NDLA operatives uncovered two clandestine methamphetamine laboratories linked to him in Lagos and Imo State, recovering nearly 78 kilograms of drug along with production equipment. He was charged in court but later absconded after being granted bail, prompting a wanted declaration. NDLEA Chairman and CEO Buba Marwa described the arrest as a major breakthrough, saying it reflects the agency's intelligence-led operation and commitment to dismantling drug trafficking network. The arrest comes days after the agency captured another drug kingpin who had been in hiding for over a decade. Away from the news, the Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Joash Amapito SEN, to appear before it on March 10 to answer contempt charge filed against him by the National Rescue Mission. Justice Obiora Ogwata fixed the date after counsel to INEC sought an adjournment, saying the chairman was unable to attend due to emergency and requesting time to secure his appearance in court. The party behind the contempt charge alleged that INEC failed to comply with previous court order directing the commission to recognize the outcome of an emergency convention that produced the faction of his leadership. Our counsel for the National Rescue Mission argued that contempt proceedings required the alleged contemptor to be physically present in court, insisting the INEC chairman should appear in person. The court ordered that fresh hearing notice be served on the chairman and directed that formal legal warnings be delivered to the commission as proceedings continue. The matter has been adjourned to March 10 for chairman's appearance and further hearing. Talking politics, former senator representing Ogun Central Iyabo Obasanjo has met with women groups and labor leaders in Abeokuta as part of her consultation ahead of her planned governorship bid in 2027 Ogun State election. The engagement held at the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Villa, or rather library, brought together representatives of Professional Women Association, artisans, and civil society group. Obasanjo said her ambition is centered on credible, inclusive, and continually driven governance. She pledged that if elected, her administration will prioritize transparency, accountability, industrial growth, agriculture, and greater participation of women and youth in decision-making. She emphasized that development requires policy continuity and described governance as a relay that must build on existing progress rather than restart with each administration. Now, the former Commissioner for Health and ex-senator said she seeks the governorship ticket of the All Progressives Congress, stressing that her focus will be strengthening industrialization, expanding agriculture, and boosting job creation in the state. Obasanjo recently returned to active politics after years abroad and said she's committed to contesting the 2027 governorship election. The Nigerian Customs Service Papa Area Command said it is strengthening its collaboration with the Western Naval Command in line with the policy priority of consolidation, collaboration, and innovation under Controller General Adewale Adeniyi. The Custom Area Controller for Papa Command, Mr. Emmanuel Oshola, made the disclosure during a courtesy visit to the flag officer commanding the Western Naval Command, Rear Admiral Abubakar Mustafa. Oshoba said the partnership aims to enhance border security, improve trade facilitation, and also support revenue generation through stronger interagency cooperation. He emphasized that effective maritime security requires joint effort between Customs and the Navy. The Naval Commander welcomed the collaboration, praising Customs for its performance in blocking revenue leakages and exceeding national targets. He assured continued support to ensure secure maritime operations and smooth cargo movement at the port. Both agencies pledged sustained cooperation to strengthen port security and also support Nigerians' economic growth. Talking business, the Nigerian foreign exchange reforms have pushed external reserve to about 50.45 billion United States dollars and supported relative stability in the naira, according to the Central Bank of Nigeria. The CBN says the reforms include exchange rate unification, clearing of forex backlogs, and tighter market oversight, have improved liquidity and narrowed distortions in the foreign exchange market. Data show the naira has recorded modest gains in the official market, while reserve rose from $40.19 billion at the end of 2024 to over $50 billion, providing nearly 10 months of import cover. Now, CBN Governor Olayemi Cardoso said the increase in reserve reflects higher export earnings, improved remittance, and stronger market transparency. The bank projects further reserve growth in 2026, supported by oil earnings, bond inflows, and expanded domestic refining capacity. Analysts said while the reform has strengthened Nigerians' external buffers and boosted investors' confidence, stability remains vulnerable to global shocks, capital flow reserves, and reversals and inflationary pressures. Now, the Apex Bank says it remains committed to sustaining orderly foreign exchange operations and preserving macroeconomic stability. We need to go on a break now, but when we come back, more news as it concerns the foreign scene, sport, and more. Join us.
Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
Welcome back. Nice to know you're still there. Mujtaba Khamenei, the son of late Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, is imagined as one of the leading contenders to succeed his father as head of the Iran Islamic Republic. Now, the decision of the new Supreme Leader rests with the 88-member Assembly of Experts, which is expected to vote soon. One member has said the body hopes to convey and vote at the earliest opportunity. Other potential candidates reportedly include senior cleric and political figures such as Al-Riza Arafi and also Mohsen Arika, as well as Hassan Khamenei, grandson of Iran's revolutionary founder. Mujtaba Khamenei, 56, has long been seen as influential behind the scene despite holding an official government post. He is known for his ties to conservative circles and the Revolutionary Guard, a relation that dates back to his military service during the Iraq-Iran War. The United States previously imposed sanctions on him, alleging he worked closely with security forces to advance policies aligned with his father's leadership. He has also faced accusation of involvement in past political crackdown, claims he has denied. His potential succession will mark a significant movement in Iran's political history, as the Islamic Republic had only seen one leadership transition since its founding in 1979. Israeli officials had warned that any new supreme leader could also be targeted amid rising regional tension. The Assembly of Experts is responsible for selecting the country's next supreme leader following the death of Ali Khamenei. So on the foreign scene, Iran has denied firing a ballistic missile towards Turkey after the country defense ministry said the projectile launched from Iran was intercepted by the North Atlantic Treaty Organization defense system over the eastern Mediterranean. Turkish authorities had earlier announced that the missile was detected traveling through the airspace of Iraq and Syria before heading towards Turkish territory, while NATO air and missile defense systems successfully destroyed it. Officials said there was no casualty or damage following the interception. However, Iranian authorities rejected the claim in a statement carried by the state media, insisting that Iran respect the sovereignty of Turkey and had not launched any missile in that direction. Now, in response to the incident, Turkish President Recep Erdogan said the country is taking all necessary precautions in consultation with NATO allies to protect its border and airspace. He warned that Turkey would respond to any hostility action while urging all parties to avoid further escalation. NATO has also condemned what it described as targeting of the member state and reaffirmed support for Turkey, stating that the alliance deterrence and defense posture remains strong. Meanwhile, United States Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said there was no indication that the incident would trigger NATO's collective defense clause. The situation has heightened tension in the region as the conflict involving Iran continues to raise security concerns across the Middle East and neighboring areas. And talking sport, Texas Tech track and field coach Wells Kitley has backed Nigerian high jumper and national record holder Temitope Additional to break the NCAA record after her latest dominant performance in the Colgate competition. Additional won her third consecutive Big 12 indoor high jump title after clearing 1.96 meters, a meter record and one of the top marks in school history. The clearance makes her the leading NCAA women's high jump athlete for 2026 and ranks her among the top performers globally. Coach Ketty said she has the ability to clear the 2-meter mark and potentially surpass the current Colgate record of 1.99 meters. Her success helped Texas Tech sweep both the men's and women's team title at the championship meet. Additional has already broken the Nigerian national record multiple times and continues to establish herself as one of the standout athletes in the U.S. Colgate circuit. And still talking sport, Manchester City were forced to settle for a dramatic against Nottingham Forest at the Etihad Stadium in the Premier League clash on Wednesday night. The City took the lead in the first half before doubling the advantage early in the second through key goal to appear to put them on course for the victory. However, Forest staged a strong comeback. Morgan Gibbs-White pulled one back midway through the second half, while Elliot Anderson scored late to secure a vulnerable point for the visitors. The result is a setback for City in their pursuit of league leaders Arsenal, who also recorded a win on the same night. Forest, fighting for survival, defended resolutely under the new manager and capitalized on their chances to end a hard-fought draw. City pushed for a late winner during the injury time but were denied as key attempts were either blocked or cleared off the line. The match leaves the title race tightly contested as the season progresses. With that sporting news brings us to the end of the news right here on Atlantic TV. I will always emphasize if we have any newsworthy reports, we'll do well to send to our different social media platforms, and honestly, we'll oblige you. I still remain Michael Gobadia. Bye for now.